Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and I will be your breaker this evening as we do another edition of What's in the Box Wednesday. This is episode 23. We will be opening 1993 Stadium Club Football Wax Box. So Wax Box from back then, Series 2. We have I don't even know what's in this box. I read through it, and it's not super spectacular. Going to Sugar White's list. For those of you who are new to the channel, we have a gentleman. His name is Sugar White. At least that's his name, Twitch name, and he has decided to help us out with What's in the Box Wednesday by purchasing these older boxes, these boxes from back in our youth, and he's looking for specific cards in those boxes. He gives me a list of the cards he's looking for, and I go through the box, and any of those cards that I pull, he gets to keep, and then anything else, the store or myself gets to keep. So that's what we're up to. I've got the list here. Rookies in this set are Garrison Hurst, Jerome Bettis, Robert Smith, and Drew Bledsoe. Are all in this set. There's also master photos, which there's always master photos in Stadium Club of many of the stars. A lot. He's given me a long list here. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, about 20 base cards. And that's what we're going to focus on. If we pull the other stuff, great. But most of that stuff doesn't really get done. So we're going to get going. Right now, we're going to slide my hands into these gloves. For those of you who are not watching the channel before, we wear gloves on everything. Doesn't matter if it's a break, if it's a box opening like this. Anytime we're going to be touching cards, we do it with gloves on. I know a lot of people say that gloves are not necessary. I would like to believe that they're not necessary, but I'm safer than sorry. If, as the saying goes, I'd rather make sure it is not my product. It is his product. It is your product if you buy it. So we like to keep the oils from our hands off of it. We like to put it straight into a sleeve, and we do not touch any of our cards. So here we go. Let's switch to the What's in the Box Wednesday screen. There you go. As we open the box. Now, we do pull 2 packets out of this box and put it to the side. And what we do with that, if you're new to the channel, if you follow us on Instagram, you will see us opening these cards. We'll have these 2 cards mixed in with all the other things we've opened over the over the time. And we're just going to... Wow, these cards, even the packages are sticking. That's right. So we're going to take 2 of these. I'll put them to the side. All right. Where did I? Oh, there we are. Trying to find the stack of cards, and then the rest we stick over here. All right. I like to randomize the 2 packs so that I have a better chance. The back of this one doesn't have a picture. When it is a card on the back. We cut it out for him, but it does have an inside. So I'll have to look at what that is. Greg Townsend. I may cut that out for him and add it to his little box collection over there. But here we go. This is a smaller box than we're used to. We usually have more packs than this, but that's okay. I'm going to make it into 4 stacks of as even as possible, just so we have a... There we go. 4 even stacks. All right. So, we get going. 2023... Nope, not too... That'd be great. Amazing. Could you imagine if we had 2023 Stadium Club already? 2000... Nope, not even 2019... What year is this? 1993. Whew. 1993 Stadium Club Football. So there's a lot of stars in here that I'm looking for, but a lot of the stuff I'd be looking for, he's also looking for. So for me to get that, he would need to get a dupe. We would have to get 2 of those. So here's hoping for a bunch of dupes. All right. Luckily, the cards are not as stuck together as I thought they might be. But we got Ken Harvey, the Cardinals. Arthur Marshall for the Broncos. Guess I can stick them straight down. Merrill Hodge for the Steelers. Looks like, there we go. Here's our, oh, that's a team card. All right. I thought that this was a throwaway card, and it is. It is, I mean, not a throwaway card. It's apparently, it's a collect super team cards and you may win. So it was a giveaway thing that they made into cards. I'll have to look to see. Yeah, super team cards. So it looks like he was looking for those two. So there's Dan Marino. He wants that one. He wants all the super team cards if we pull any. So first card pulled, Dan Marino's super team card. That's a pretty cool looking card. I would have liked that card too. All right. Let's see what else we got. We got Charles McRae for the Bucks. Ernie Mills for the Steelers. Doug Dawson for the Oilers. These the shininess of these cards do make it harder to see. I'm trying to figure out. Lewis Sharp for the Cardinals. Jonathan Hayes, stop popping the camera, for the Chiefs. Derek Brown for the Giants. Jeff Yeager for the Raiders. Gary Clark. That looks like a rookie card. Let's see. Nope. It's not. He just, the way he was sitting there made him look like a rookie, like he hadn't played yet. Darryl Talley for the Bills. Wesley Carroll for the Saints, and the Members' Choice Emmitt Smith. So, 491 Emmitt Smith is on his list, so he got 2 in his first pack. Very nice. All right, good for him. Stick these over here, and we'll sleeve those later. I only sleeve, his and my cards, his cards mainly. Mine if it's something I really want and he didn't want it, then I'll sleeve it too. But the rest of them I do after the fact. We don't need to watch me sleeving every card. Especially since these take so long to open compared to regular packs, and they stick together on the inside, so they're harder to go through. It's going to make a long, long video. But we'll do what we can. Mark Rippon, the Washington Redskins. Steve Tasker of the Buffalo Bills. Glenn Milburn, 93 draft pick for the Broncos. Yep. Michael Barrow, number 93 draft pick for the Oilers. Willie Roof. Let's just turn them over. Turn them all over. There we go. Hade Nickerson. That's one of my guys. Go Bucks. Mo Lewis for the Jets. Yep, there's the second card there. Ryan McNeil, draft pick for the Lions. Vesty Jackson for the Dolphins. Draft pick Willie Roaf. I'm going to put that over there. Let me check. Double check that 469. That is not one he wanted. That is someone that I will stick into my Chaser collection. Stadium Club Football. Topps collection consists of 500 cards, Series 1 edition. See other info cards. It's an info card. Don't think he wanted that. Okay. Lomas Brown for the Lions. Richard Fain for the Bears. Brad Muster for the Saints. Kevin Smith for the Cowboys. And Don Griffin for the 49ers. Let's see if I can get this to... Yeah, it did a little bit of clear up. Nope. Took the gloves off. I had to take the glove off to touch the camera. And then instead of putting it on, I took the second one off. My head's not in the game today. All right. All right, so we didn't get anything for him on that one. We got 2 minor ones for me on that one. But with the list he has here, it looks like minor ones are my best bet. Man, these packs, let me tell you. All right, we've got 3 on the back. We got, all right, here we go. We got another info card. We got Bern Brostek, Desmond Howard, Dwayne White for the Jets, Audrey McMillan for the Vikings, Mark Stefanoski for the Cowboys, Deion Sanders Members Choice 493. That is not on his list, so that will be mine. Steve Wallace for the 49ers, Anton Davis for the Eagles, Quentin Coriati for the Colts, Jeff Bryant for the Seahawks, Scott Fullage for the Falcons, Darryl Green for the Vikings, Chris Dolman for the Redskins, for the Vikings, and Eric Howard for the Giants. There's a couple of mid-carders in there for me. For those of you who don't know, aren't privy to the channel speak, I'm a wrestling fan, so what I call a mid-carder is one of those guys who, they were a team star maybe. They made a Pro Bowl here and there all over, randomly, but they're not great. But they're almost good enough that I almost collected them. I considered collecting them at one point type thing, So, starting with an info card, a Ron Hall, then a Pat Terrell for the Rams, Randall Cunningham Members Choice. Problem with these cards is because of the stickiness, the card gets all beat up with white little specks of that it pulled off on the card in front of it. Stadium Club is not a good set to buy old, unfortunately. Then we got Marcus Allen. I didn't even look to see if I just assumed 494. Nope. Marcus Allen for the Chiefs, 471. Nope. Tommy Kane for the Seahawks. Brad Edwards for the Redskins. We got a checklist. Glenn Parker for the Bills. Jeff Gossett for the Raiders. Thomas Smith for the Bills. Joe Montana. I got to assume he has Joe Montana. Yep, 250. Let's see if this is number 250. It's 440. He did not put 440 on there. He only wanted the Members' Choice one. Okay? That, or he didn't see that one, and he'll let me know. Shannon Sharp, 290. I'll take that one. Dan Footman for the for the Browns, and Bruce Matthews for the Oilers. My stack is getting a lot higher than I expected it to get. He is still waiting for card number 3. Come on, let's get him some cards. All right, we turn that over, then we turn that over. I think that's the easiest way to do it. We figured it out now. All right, starts with an info card. Goes to John Taylor of the 49ers. Dan Williams, Broncos. Vaughn Johnson of the Saints. Will Furr of the Cowboys, John Casey of the Seahawks, Steve Jordan of the Vikings, Kenny Davidson, Steelers, Brett Favre, Members' Choice, in the Pro Bowl outfit for the NFC, 498. That is one of his. Fortunately, that's got spots on it as well because it's stuck to the card in front of it. But if we can't find a better one, that will be the one he gets. All right. We have Brian Hansen for the Browns. Derek Russell for the Broncos. Jim McMahon, the Viking. Joe Nash for the Seahawks. Gene Atkins for the Saints. And Steve DeBerg for the Buccaneers. Steve DeBerg is not one of my Bucks. Artie Nickerson. So far the only... It's not a lot of the older Bucks that I collect back here. In a year or two, we start collecting our team. Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and John... get off my feet. Rondé Barber and all them. That starts happening in a few years. So not a lot of Bucks back here that I really collect. Info card. Got Eric Turner for the Browns. Number 1993 draft pick Roosevelt Potts. We got Supeli Malamala. Herschel Walker. David Brandon for the Browns. Vaughn Johnson, Members' Choice. I don't think anyone wants that one. William White for the Lions. Todd McNair for the Chiefs. Leonard Harris for the Oilers. Adrian Cooper for the Steelers. Tim McGee, Redskin. Carlton Gray for the Seahawks. Henry Jones for the Bills. And Reggie Johnson. Also, no, that's going to be a Giant, not a Bill. For the Giants. Nope, it's going to be a Bronco. It's a Bronco. It's like Giants colors. All right, we're a quarter of the way through. Or actually, we're already a quarter of the way through before that one, but... Still, 3 cards and a quarter of the way. That's it's about 12 cards. That's not terrible. Would have liked for a little more, considering the number of cards he put on the list. But we'll see. We can still get there. Sean Landeta for the Giants. Carwell Gardner for the Bills. Chris Gardocki for the Broncos. Except that's a bear. Got an info card. Jay Schroeder for the Bengals. Roman Pfeiffer. There's a mid-carder. Steve Young, Members' Choice. That's going to be one he wanted. 500. No. That's a mine. Wow. Bubba McDowell for the Oilers. Yep. Irving Fryer for the Dolphins. Martin Mayhew for the Buccaneers. Eric Davis for the 49ers. Robert Jones for the Cowboys. Kurt Goyve. Calvin Williams for the Eagles. And Troy Drayton for the Rams. I am going to try to pull the pack open and do one of these things with my hand and just knock the camera over completely. I know it. I can feel it coming. All right, we have, starting with an info card, we got Anthony Johnson of the Colts, J.J. Burden of the Chiefs, Rob Burnett of the Browns, Chris Singleton of the Patriots, Ken O'Brien for the Packers. We got an Adrian White. I don't even know who that guy is, but that card makes me want to collect him. Like he's all special. Got a checklist. Then a Leonard Marshall for the Jets. Fred Barnett for the Eagles. Willie Davis for the Chiefs. Phil Hansen for the Bills. Tim McKyer for the Falcons. Shane Dronett for the Broncos. And David Whitmore for the Chiefs. We are not hitting it today. So, for those of you who have been watching the long game, watching all of them, this is our final box that Sugar White has given us. After this, we'll be back to, weird stuff. Who knows? We've got the next 2 weeks lined up, but after that, I have not gotten anything that I'm going to do yet. I don't know how I'm planning it. We'll see. I will be probably buying some eBay boxes like I did at the beginning, or maybe some of these type of boxes myself from the distributor, because I am enjoying doing this way. So I might try to get some stuff myself. All right, Eric Moulton for the Chargers, Ethan Horton for the Raiders, DJ Johnson for the Steelers, info card, Pete Stoyanovich for the Miami Dolphins, Rod Bernstein for the Denver Broncos, Levon Kirkland for the Steelers, Hugh Millen, Cowboys, Dexter McNabb for the Green Bay Packers, Russell Freeman for the Broncos, Ronaldo Turnbull for the Saints, Anthony Newman for the Rams, Mark Tuanai for the Cowboys, Cornelius Bennett for the Bills. There's another one of those mid-carders. And Jesse Solomon for the Falcons. I feel like Cornelius Bennett is one of those people that I really, really should have put on the list and said yes to. But he was just at the cutoff. And it's not always about how good they are or how, it's about what they meant to me as a player. There are several, I'm going to air quote, greats that I don't collect because they mean nothing to me. I could care less about them, So, here we go. We got Darren Gordon, draft pick for the San Diego Chargers. Brad Baxter for the Jets. Ken Harvey for the Cardinals. That's weird that we got that one pack that had like 4 or 5 draft picks in a row. And we've had maybe 4 draft picks since then total. Got Wesley Carroll for the Saints. Emmitt Smith, Members' Choice. That's the same one we got before, so that means I get one now. I will have to see which one's in better condition. This one definitely has white spotting, but I didn't really pay attention to the other one to see if it does as well. So we will see which one of those two are in better condition. He will get the one in better condition. I will get the other one, but I'll add it to my Emmitt Smith stack. All right, Marco Coleman for the Dolphins. Pat Swilling for the Seahawks. Nope, Lions. I knew that. Haywood Jeffries for the Oilers. Anthony Miller for the Chargers. Chris Spielman for the Lions. Greg Skorenek for the Raiders. David Lang for the Rams. Jake Reed for the Vikings. And Kenneth Gant for the Cowboys. A couple mid-carders in there for me. Haywood Jeffries and the one defensive guy. All right, halfway, guys. Halfway. Halfway, and we didn't get a single card. I mean, we got one, but it was a dupe for him. So we didn't get him a single new card in that second half there. All right, let's turn these cards this way, then turn these cards this way. All right, we got an info card. Marco Coleman. Now we're starting to get dupes. We got Pat Swilling. There's another Haywood Jeffries. Anthony Miller. This is almost the same pack. Pete Stoyanovich. Rod Bernstein. These are all doubles. DJ Johnson. I think we've had that before. Darren Gordon. That's the draft pick we just had. Brad Baxter. Robert Massey. William the Refrigerator Perry. Chris Dishman. Jeff Cross. And Simon Fletcher. Come on. Fingers crossed. Feel something big coming. Really don't for some reason. But I'm trying to feel something big coming. All right, we got an info card. And we got Eric Pegram. Steve Berline. Mike Johnson. Ken Norton. Darren Jordan. Greg Montgomery. Kenny Walker, Broncos. Richmond Webb, Dolphins. Kevin Williams for the Cowboys. Leslie O'Neal for the Chargers. Kelvin Pritchett for the Lions. Mark Skerlarith for the Redskins. John Randall for the Vikings. And Stan Humphries for the Chargers. Now, John Randall, I would think, I would not be surprised if I have John Randall pulled to the side sometimes and not the other. I think he's probably the number one. He is the first guy I cut off, and he really should. I really should have kept collecting John Randall. I did like John Randall. All right. Info card. Levon Kirkland. Hugh Millen. Derek McNabb. That's Dexter McNabb. Russell Freeman. Anthony Johnson. J.J. Burden. Fred Barnett. Eric Moten. Eric Moten. Ethan Horton. Matt Stover. '92. Courtney Hall for the Chargers. Kerry Cash. And Reggie White. This stuck together. And David Little. Reggie White 350. He did not. I will take him. Reggie White was a beast. Almost through again and nothing. All right, here we go. We've got info card. Man, after hitting that super team card on the first pack where the info card is on every other pack, it's the same spot in the pack. I thought the super team card was going to be much more popular, but every other pack has been a info card. So, all right, we got Ron Heller, Eric Hill, Carl Lee, Anthony Pleasant, William Thomas for the Eagles, Taiji Armstrong for the Bucks. We got Darren Perry, Gerald Robinson, Ernie Jones, J.B. Brown, Andy Heck, Carl Pickens, Maurice Hurst, and Leroy Butler. A lot of times when I turn the card over like that, I'm checking to see how close to their rookie card it is. Maurice Hurst was someone we chased, but it was 1990. I wasn't sure. Back in the day, when these guys were rookies and you didn't know it would pan out, you know, like you're chasing things like Travis Etienne or something last year, a couple years ago, or who's the big one from this year before? I mean, I know Kenneth from the Seahawks ended up being him, and the Pierce ended up being the guys, but neither were supposed to be the running back this year. I'm trying to Brees Hall, and you know he looked real good early in the season, but if because of the injury he doesn't pan out and becomes a no one, we would have chased Brees Hall cards for no reason, you know, and that's someone like Mo Hurst at the time. We chased his cards hoping that he was going to pan out. I remember a lot of the things that I chased back in the day, so I still collect them just for the fun of it. Jarvis Williams for the Dolphins, Lemuel Stinton, Bears, Blair Thomas for the Jets, Norm Johnson for the Falcons, Jerry Ball for the Browns, Sterling Sharp, Members' Choice, $4.95. Nope. Love me some Sterling Sharp. Don Beebe, hate that guy. Alfred Williams for the Bengals. Keith McCants for the Bucks. Andre Tippett, Patriots. Henry Thomas for the Vikings. Drew Bledsoe. Now this says, let's see, 280 A and B. Drew Bledsoe rookie card. B with draft pick logo on front and A without. So this is A. There's no draft pick logo on front. So at least he got what is one of the best cards in the set. And it's actually doesn't really have much in the way of too much damage. Sticky damage, you know, sticking to the previous card. Clyde Simmons, the Eagles, and Bert Grossman for the Chargers. So that's good. Hopefully we can get him one of the other, Garrison Hurst, Robert Smith, or Jerome Bettis, or even Drew Bledsoe B would be nice. I personally wouldn't mind a Drew Bledsoe A now that we have one. I will say that the gloves do make it more difficult to open the pack. People are like, why do you wear the gloves? And we have long discussions about that. And I will admit that with these packs, usually it doesn't really play into it any, but with these packs especially, it is much harder to open the packs with the gloves. I guess in theory I could have went and opened all the packs, just pulled all the backs, and then stacked them, and then put the gloves on. But where's the fun in that? All right, info card. Then we got the Brett Favre Members' Choice card. Now he's already gotten this one. So we're going to do the same thing. Stick it in a sleeve. We're going to see which one of those two are better. And I think the other one I said had a lot of stick damage. This one doesn't. So this is probably his, and the other one's probably mine. All right. Here we got Brian Hansen for the Browns. Derek Russell for the Broncos. Jim McMahon for the Vikings. Jack Del Rio for the Vikings. Steve Wisniewski for the Raiders. We got Joe Nash for the Seahawks. Greg Atkins for the Saints. Eric Davis for the 49ers. Robert Jones for the Cowboys. Kurt Govia for the Redskins. Calvin Williams for the Eagles. And Troy Drayton for the Rams. Feel like that was the exact same pack as before. I definitely saw all those cards before. All right, we're not in the home stretch yet. We're approaching the home stretch. We've got 4 packs left. But I would not be surprised if that was the exact same pack. That happens a lot. If I ever started a sports card company, I would make sure that didn't happen. That would be one of the things I would be very much against with my product. Same exact pack. Info card. All right, Mike Johnson. Ken Norton for the Cowboys. Darren Jordan. Greg Montgomery for the Orioles. The Oilers. Steve Jordan for the Vikings. Kenny Davidson for the Steelers. Steve DeBerg for the Bucks. Richmond Webb for the Dolphins. Willie Davis for the Chiefs. Phil Hansen for the Bills. Shane Dronett for the Broncos. And David Whitmore for the Chiefs. All right. Now we're in the home stretch. Final 3. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is final 3, but we also have 2 more that we'll be opening on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. You can find that information in the description down below, as well as all of our social media. You can join us in Facebook and Discord, and Instagram as well. You can get advanced purchase options on our breaks. So you'll know when they're coming out. We have some breaks coming up in a couple weeks. You should check them out and join us. All right, we have Supeli Malumalu, Herschel Walker. Get that over here, and then I'll just decide which one I want. And the other one will be the stores. David Brandon for the Broncos. Members' Choice Vaughn Johnson. Yeah, that's the one we wanted a double of. Eric Pegram for the Falcons. Steve DeBerg for the Chiefs. Kevin Williams. William White for the Lions. We got Todd McNair for the Chiefs. Ronaldo Turnbull. These are all dupes again. Anthony Newman for the Rams. Mark Tuinei for the Cowboys. Cornelius Bennett for the Bills. And Jesse Solomon for the Falcons. Final 2 packs. Final 2 packs. All right, we got info card. Steve Young, Members' Choice. Again, that's a dupe. It wasn't one of the ones he wanted, so one of those will be the stores. We got a Bubba McDowell. Irving Fryer for the Dolphins. Martin Mayhew, Bucks. Eric Turner for the Browns. 1993 draft pick, Roosevelt Potts. Leonard Harris for the Oilers. Sean Ledetta for the Giants. Carwell Gardner, Bills. Chris Spielman for the Lions. Greg Skarepnak for the Raiders. David Lang for the Rams. Jake Reed for the Vikings. And Kenneth Gant for the Cowboys. All right. And I'm going to do something I never do. I'm going to take this one pack right here and move it back here. I'm going to say, hey, you back here, give me one of the 2 I put to the side back here. And we're going to open that pack later. We're going to do this one now. All right. Try to change up the randomness. RN Jesus thought I was going to open that one, so. Seriously? There we go. There we go. All right. Starting off with a Jesse Hester. That's one I hadn't seen. Johnny Holland, I hadn't seen that one. James Francis, look at this, all new. Tim Goad. Donnell Wolford. DeMonte Dawson. Scott Morosso. Eddie Anderson. Info card. Sheldon White. Gaston Green. Oh, we've seen that one before. Barry Sanders. All right, there we go. That's definitely on his list. Number 496, Barry Sanders, absolutely on his list. I'm going to put that down so I can sleeve it, but right underneath it is Lawrence Taylor, number 310, not on his list, but my biggest. So that was a big pack for both of us. I just wish that one wasn't so. And Matt Brock and Chip Banks. I wish that one wasn't so beat up with the sticking to the previous card, but still, LT. And Barry Sanders. There you go. It's a nice card. All right, guys. Well, that was not a total flop, but at the same time, it wasn't as successful as some of our previous. Now, this was Series 2. I don't know what Series 1 was. I almost feel like these were all high number cards. So whatever he had from, like, his first cards were 50, 60, 70, 82, 85. It may have started at 300 or 250 or something. The Drew Bledsoe's 280. And so it may have been, 200 and the first pack and 250 in the first pack, because the lowest card I see is that Drew Bledsoe. So maybe I don't feel as bad when you take into account that they couldn't have had those cards. But we got the Barry Sanders. We got 2 Brett Favre's members' choices. We got the 2 Emmitt Smith members' choice, the Dan Marino Super Team, and the Drew Bledsoe Rookie A. So not terrible. I got a bunch of stuff to stick in my, individual people's collections, but nothing spectacular. But I don't think that he can really be too upset with that. It would have been nice to get a little more. But I think it was successful in the grand scheme of things. All right, guys. What we're doing next week is something a little different. We're out of Sugar White's boxes that he sent. So I'm going to be opening next week. I'm going to be opening 1 blaster box, and that's it. It's going to be a very short video next week. And there's a reason why. We don't need to go into the reason why, but it's going to be a baseball 2022 Panini Prism. No, sorry, 2021 Panini Prism blaster box. I'm going to be opening this box right here. It's a little damaged and all. And we'll talk more about why we're opening that next week. But that will be next week's What's in the Box Wednesday. But guys, thank you for joining us today here on the 23rd episode of What's in the Box Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like and subscribe button down below. As I said, join us on all of our social media. You can find that in the description. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.